respect, I think that the question reveals something significant about the way that Americans have been conditioned to think about Iranian politics. For it suggests a failure to take the Islamic Republic seriously as a political system. There's a system in place in the Islamic Republic, a structure. That structure was there before Ahmadinejad was first elected president in 2005, and it's going to be there after he leaves office later this year at the end of his second term. One of the features of this system is multiple power centers. While the supreme leader, the Wali Faqih, has some prerogatives that in some ways supersede those of other power centers, even his authority is not unconstrained, and there's a deliberate effort in the Islamic Republic's constitution to balance various power centers against one another. To use language that Americans will understand from their own history, it's a checks and balances kind of system. Now, within those checks and balances, the elected president of the Islamic Republic is clearly an important office. All of the presidents who've won election, won re-election, and have served out their constitutionally defined limit of 2 terms, Ayatollah Khamenei before he succeeded Imam Khomeini as supreme leader, President Rafsanjani, President Khatami, now President Ahmadinejad, all of them have been important figures in the Islamic Republic's political life. And we think that Ahmadinejad's presidency is going to be viewed in retrospect as highly consequential in a number of ways. First of all, Ahmadinejad is the Islamic Republic's first truly populist, retail, nationwide, media-savvy president. He is a really extraordinarily capable politician in ways that most Westerners have never appreciated. And his closest advisors believe, we suspect they're correct, that he has permanently changed the ways in which Iranian politicians will campaign for the presidency and the ways in which they'll communicate with the public once they're in office.
In addition to that, President Ahmadinejad will leave behind a very important substantive policy, especially policy legacy, especially on economics. There's a caricature here in the West that the Iranian economy is perpetually in shambles, perpetually on the brink of collapse. That is just not true. And in fact, what President Ahmadinejad has done for the economy in Iran is tremendously important. He instituted, for the first time in the Islamic Republic's history, real, deep, serious, substantive domestic subsidy reform, something that in the long run could significantly strengthen the Iranian economy. And he started to do so in the wake of his 2009 re-election, where he was relentlessly derided here as a fraudulent, imposed figure on the system. But despite that, he pushed forward with serious domestic subsidy reform. And he did so, continued to do so with the Arab awakening, where all of the other countries in the Middle East, particularly those on the other side of the Persian Gulf, decided to balloon their subsidy programs by tens of billions of dollars, driving up their dependency on the price of oil to at least $100 a barrel to meet their domestic budgets to buy off their restive populations. In that context, President Ahmadinejad pursued and persevered with real domestic subsidy reform without seeing any kind of real popular discontent, because Iranians know that even in the short term, though it could be painful, their economy is going to be much stronger in the long term. This is a real important substantive policy legacy.